We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for returns for you guys to smash that like button. Let's see if we can get today's video over 30 likes. And in today's video, here we are with the SPY, the SP500 index, and it actually had a pullback for the beginning of the day and volatility strike back up and pull back upwards for the second half of the day. And our SPY bot since 11:35 a.m. sent out a bull indicator, and from that moment forward, inflow started to pick up and call options went up 300% plus within hours, guys. If you guys want to receive this clarity and edge over the charts, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord and our 42 vision indicators, our SPY bot, QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities, whether stocks are going up or going down. And this is my opinion and perspective alone, that volatility is here to stay, not financial advice, but within the volatility to be able to maximize. Having a clarity and edge over the charts makes all the difference. If you find value in what we share here and you want to become part of a growing community of investors using these resources to maximize in either direction, check out the link down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator. So here we are with the SPY. It actually is ranging here in a very tight spot now, finding support at 371. I think that is a critical level, which is where it opened up yesterday after gapping up, found support there, but not just from yesterday. It's actually in the history of the chart, and we're going to look over that today in these charts, and we're going to zoom out and look at different time frames with the inflow versus outflow and our bull and bear indicators. But before we break it all down, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And as you see popping up here on the screen, these are some of the home runs I've managed to find this week alone. And while it's not guaranteed to be this way every single time, we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the home runs of the day were spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the three stocks I mentioned this morning. All of them gave jumps of 5 to 10%, 10 to 20% plus, but two of them turned out to be a home run. And these are the stocks we caught early on in the pre-market. The first one here is KITT. It was actually falling towards the bell. We caught it 2 minutes before the bell, consolidated, inflow stayed above the midpoint, full strength on 42 vision, and it jumped up to a highest point of 20% plus within minutes. Then we caught here PEGY. We caught this one here in the pre-market consolidating. The inflows were still above the midpoint, and they actually started to pick up, went from red to green, full strength there on the inflows, and it went up for a highest point of 40% plus within minutes to an hour. Then it started to pull back down, hit a dip area here on 42 vision, full strength here in 42 vision as well, and transition. Second bull indicator, inflows crossed the midpoint this time with full strength here and gave us second run of 50% plus, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So here we are with the SPY, the S&P 500 index, and the S&P 500 is ranging here at a new channel, right? Before it was actually down here between 360 and 370, and now it's between the 371 to 378 area, and it keeps on rejecting a key resistance here that we've talked about in previous videos from September 22nd here at these levels where it actually tried to come back up, and that's how it fell to these areas and hitting a new all-time low of the 52-week range low of the last several weeks, months, and year, right? So here we are going back up on the Fed potential pivot, right? That's the speculation and hype, and that's what we're going to break down here in today's video. What is going on here and why 371, 372 is a very pivotal resistance level and support based off on where we're at. And so far, we've bounced off of it, turning it into a support, if we break below it, it could actually turn into a key resistance level to watch. Now, we're going to go ahead and break things down here in the charts with our bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, the QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities, whether stocks are going up or going down. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation and gives us that edge within the volatility. Slots are now open for those interested. The link is down below in the description. So here we are with the SPY, and as I stated, 371, 372 is a key support level as we bounce off of it, and if we break through it, it's going to be a key resistance level moving forward. Why and how and what is it that I'm referring to? Well, if you watched here on this channel way back here in June, there was actually a triple bottom that formed here, and it even reached a quadruple bottom, right? 4 times that it actually bounced off 371, 372. And in my previous videos, I stated we were watching based off 42 vision how many white with red borders we were going to see, and we actually ended up seeing 7 of these back to back. But things started to slow down around the 4th one, and we've never seen more than 4 back to back consecutively. We actually had one here actually interrupt this, but these were about 4 back to back, this one right here, and then we actually had 2 more down here as it continued to pull downwards under that bear indicator from April and those outflows, right? So this is critical because we're actually bouncing off of the 52-week low, and right now we're trying to come back up, and we're having transitions here from white with red borders into red with green borders. But we need to keep in mind the outflows here are still below the midpoint, and the last time it took quite a while, right, for it to actually pick up. If you come right back down to this area here, it was at around minus 36, and I talked about this in previous videos. We were going to see if it can actually go ahead and find support there for a possible momentum move or dead cat bounce, but still under a bear indicator within this momentum. Outflows are still dominating, and from that moment forward, it took nearly almost a month and a half for those inflows to actually start to dominate. Then it got followed by a bull indicator, and then it went all the way up to these highs of 430. So it's not actually just going to happen this fast. It's going to be important to watch because look what happened last time, right? It popped right up and then it fell right back down. If you look at that, that's exactly what happened here. And then it consolidated before actually confirming that those inflows were enough to pick up. So we are far from the midpoint, but crucial support or resistance depending on what side we're on, right? Support if we're above 371, and if we're below it, 371 to 372 is a critical resistance level. But here zoomed in the volatility, as I showed earlier in the video, this right here is a key resistance as you see it at 379, and I talked about that in yesterday's video. If it rejected that, it would try to come back down, and right now the outflows are starting to dominate, right? They haven't crossed the midpoint, but we're switching from green to red. There's been some outflows here in the midpoint, actually getting closer to it, and then on the 15-minute it actually crossed, right? As you saw earlier in the video, at the beginning of the video, these outflows are crucial. I'm going to be watching if this could come back up and cross the midpoint, and if this bull indicator can continue to hold true, or if it pulls back down, starts to retest supports that we need to watch and cancel out that bull indicator with a bear indicator like happened today in the pre-market. It was sitting sideways, bounced up to 375 and fell all the way down to 370. The bulls came back up to pop it up really fast, overextended here into extreme weakness, and also inflows started to pick up. Inflows crossed the midpoint, and within the volatility it pushed up higher. The question mark is, does this move have enough strength to gap up tomorrow or start hitting newer highs? Well, we definitely need to break above 379 into 380. Then we can start talking about 385. And also these inflows on the 15-minute need to cross back up and cross the midpoint and actually go ahead and have strength and pull away from it. And not only that, but stop the 30-minute from going lower. If not, kind of sit sideways and pop back up, and that this bull indicator does not get canceled by a possible bear indicator in any pullback that could actually end up coming back down to test different support levels. So super important to watch that on the 30-minute. The outflows crossed on the 15-minute. I'll be watching if it actually crosses here on the 30-minute. And the one thing I showed you guys earlier in the video was the 1 hour, guys. The 1 hour was actually picking up those outflows since yesterday, and it found support right above the midpoint. And this is crucial because right now we're closer to the midpoint than further away from it. And yes, inflows picked up and we went from 371 to 379, 378 area. But if this comes back down towards the midpoint and it actually crosses, it could reflect into the chart. And the last time that happened was on September 29th, and we went from 367 all the way down to 359. And that means that we could actually come back down to retest 374, 372, and breaking through 372 would take us down towards the 369 area. So those are the supports I'm watching. Now, if these inflows on the 1 hour, on the 15-minute cross back up, on the 30-minute and 1 hour hold up and actually push up higher, well, based off the chart and the history here, the last 2 times inflows picked up on the 1 hour, we went all the way up to 796 and 11.1, and we're currently at 4.45. And on the 30-minute, we actually went up towards 413 and highs here of 1075, and we're currently only at 1.03. So there's room to go higher if support is found and inflows pick up. I'll be watching for that, and we definitely want to see this break through 380, and then we can start talking about 385 and higher levels. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.